Okay, so we are the first, so we hope that you were not too tired of yesterday, neither about what you did. But we are first wanted to thank you for the invitation to be here. It's really a pleasure for Guillaume and me. Uh, and today we are here to show you how we unlock from potential, how we transform this onboarding into a real empowerment tool. But we have some surprises, and we want you to be focused until the end, okay? So we will introduce the name of a senior during the presentation. So pay attention, please. So first, we're gonna start with a story. The story of Gabby.
Gabby, she's a freshly graduated software engineer. Since she started studying, she is passionate by finance, and even more than finance, trading systems. And well, she has a bit of appetite about algorithm and and higher technology.
She finally candidates for a position into a financial bank, and she was validated. She's super happy. Imagine her dream finally realized. She will be in this wonderful ecosystem of trading, talking about fluorescency, talking about African trading, algorithm, all this stuff. It's kind of a dream, finally, that become true. We are the 6th of September 2020. And today is the G day for Gabi. It's that setup. She just wake up, you know, and she's enjoying this beautiful landscape of London, just in front of the city. The city, her dream. She just moved in London to accomplish her dream. So she enjoyed that cafe with a cup of coffee. 7:30 arrived. She joined this new big building. Kind of trick somehow did her. She arrived and met her new manager, March.
Welcome, Gabby. We're so glad to see you here and joining us. So here you can let Sarah, Nabin, George, Michael, and well, then maybe your closest colleague during your work with us. I hope you would be feel at home here, and welcome again.
So what an accomplishment. She's surrounded by spirits. Those guys gotta learn her.
Hey, how are you? I hope you're studying. What? What's the bait? The the trick puffer?
Hi, kiddo. Sarah speaking. Oh, shit. Let's go now. Okay. Okay. Man, we have a problem.
Okay. Okay, we need to okay, the sorry, they check the logs. We need to find out what's happening. So George, check the latest department and I need Michael check the latest commits. We need to find the fix. Gabby, or my head of financial documentation. I need to check with the operations. See.
Yeah. Imagine the first day, a lot of it felt it sucks. Exactly what she was expecting in the fact. This energy. But she had to start learning, okay, this famous documentation. Okay, why not? Attain a right.
Okay, so the platform is now stable. One, I need the four of you to work on a bug fix. We are ready to deliver this feature as soon as possible. This has a critical value for the business. And Gabi, as you already checked the documentation, I go to Tupper query so we get on the pending orders uh, as soon as possible. Can you email me those? I need to check if there is other impacts. So see.
Imagine. the feeling of Gabby at that time. She was alone, reading documentation, normal for a first date, but she already had a task, deliver this complex query for the orders, each position, fast. She was a bit stressed, but she wanted to prove that she was about. But it was wrong. Noon arrived, and she was alone because nobody prepared her first day. So she started to feel alone and thinking about what would be the rest of the day. One come, she had to come back. Oops,
Sorry. Oh, Debbie. So, did you finish the query? Oh, okay. Okay. So just let me the keyboard. So yeah, the query is not that hard. So you check this table, you extract data, and you send me those ideas. Okay. Just send me the results. Could check in the documentation? Like you will need more information for the future anyway. I will make sure that the others are treated properly. Please.
So, yeah, finally, she spent her day reading documentation, trying to produce a query that she finally could not because she was just coming from her study. And at the end of the day, she was alone. We are coming from Swissquote, a company that is providing financial services in Switzerland based. Okay, it's all around the world. We have more than 800 billion of the issue.
My name is Guillaume Proust. I'm tech and technology manager in Swissquote in the software departments. And what drives me is to make sure that we have the safe place to work, to learn in our workplace. Actually, my job is to make sure that what just happened to Gabby never happened in our company.
And my name is Eddie Fiaclou. I'm currently the head of the Tech Talent Academy and the Methodology within this software and engineering department. I meet people. I'm interested by human aspects. But what I really want from people is to keep their personality so that it can embrace the creativity and create this innovation. But what's the agenda of today? Today, we're going to show first, based on industry numbers, that onboarding is a key. After, we're going to share with you, what was our dream and how this dream leads us to a concept and this concept to a reality. And at the end, we really hope that all those key takeaways could be valuable for you so that you can actually them on your own organization. Okay. But let's start with the first part. Onboarding is a key. Do you know that old guy is not a singer? It's performance ultra. And it hope that tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn. This is a key. Learning. Learn.
Learning actually is the first step we want to unlock in this path. Learning as a software engineer actually is our basically our daily life. The technology is evolving so fast that we need to learn on a daily basis. And actually, from LinkedIn Learning, in the report they did in 2023, people who don't learn in a company tend to leave. Having a learning environment can improve at 93% the retention of people. Do you remember Gabby's story? Did she learn first day? Oh, yeah, she read documentation.
She had
She understand it? Did she even remember it? Not sure. Well, this is really important that we don't have it like this. But this is only the first step.
That's why, finally, if you want to really improve this learning, you need to create this psychological safety. We are talking about that, I think, every day, everywhere. But it's why it's very important. Because it's going to increase your employee engagement, meaning that you're going to reduce burnout, less capabilities of our our generation, and on the other side, improve the work task. And in the case of Bianca, okay, she was alone, learned reading some documentation and learning, I'm not sure. But she could even not exchange with anyone. Mark was not so receptive, I think. And you get that. But this is not the only key.
Actually, another important point is that we need to have cross-functional teams. We need to have this diversity in teams and to make sure that we are able within a team speaking the different languages. Because in the end, okay, if we put everyone like technical people, cool, become the tech, but get up to tech for the business. The end behind the scene, we need to make the business able. If we put only business people, well, they cannot see people without the tech. So it's important to have this mix. Actually, if you have cross-functional teams, this can improve the maturity in the company of around 70%, which brings behind innovation. But what will this be? What can we do with all of this?
Another point that I think it's important to keep in mind is the fact that we are facing shortage. This was the case in the past. Today we are like kind of looking if we will face shortage in the industries, in the tech industry, but in the future it's going to be the case. The plan is that in 2030 we're going to have a shortage of 8 million of developers, of tech people, even if AI trend is coming faster and faster and changes it, reshaping our data, we will at least still face this shortage. And it's important to keep that in mind, again, with the fact that we need to not only deliver, but being more consumptional, having an understanding 360 of what we are doing as an engineer. So, all in all, to conclude about the first key, that is the onboarding, is about the fact that on one side, without a have this shortage, we will all face that. Okay, so it's important to capitalize on people that we integrate in the organization right now. The second is about this turnover. We want to reduce it. We want to keep people. We want to get there really active, relevant in the organization, prepared to stay for a long time. And learning. This is important because we all know that doing training is a cost. Spending some time, letting some time to people on learning is a cost. But what can happen in your company if you don't introduce that? It's, I think, even more expensive.
That is a bit after if you onboard someone, yes, you want to have the person as curriculum as soon as possible. So you need to make sure you get a rapid integration. That a rapid integration is not like, okay, I give you a task and do it. Okay, this is rapid. This won't break bash. So what we need is to have people understanding the business and the company as soon as possible so they can feel integrated. And as soon as they feel integrated, they will feel better. And this actually will join the next one, the employee engagement. And we need to make sure to improve this. Because if employees are engaged into the company, well, they will want to perform, they will want to ensure that what we deliver is not just something. It's something, but it's something with quality. Want to deliver something which is good because care. And if you manage to have all these points, it means behind, well, you're quite a competitive advantage. This is
So from this dream, we wanted to write and to re-materialize through a concept. But what was the concept that we built? So basically, first, we wanted to enhance the engagement in areas that we are motivated and connected about this. The second aspect was to accelerate this growth. So we wanted to capitalize at least in a month just to be sure that, yes, the skills was fastly developed for our engineer and had an impact in their professional career. After, we wanted to, embrace this culture because we are quite young company with a lot of dynamic, I can say, and we wanted to keep people staying themselves, feeling free just to say in this collaborative and collective expertise environment. And finally, we wanted also to increase this retention because basically it's in this sector that we are facing the most important stage. So increasing the retention was one of the key ingredients. To do that,
To do that, we created a program. This program has to provide an immersive experience. We had to make sure like people who are onboarded would actually feel like they were already part of a team. So they need to understand and act as a software engineer within a company. For this, we put in place some projects which actually will be delivered to collaboration, which will involve at the same time business and tech skills, making that contacting and discussing with the business people and with the seniors and every other engineers in the company. But for this, we can take some numbers. This program is like a 3 month program. We have 47 lectures, I think, 283 hours of contents, and behind we have a community of 29 teachers. Of course, the 29 teachers are not here at 100% teaching. They actually are software engineers or product owners or DevOps in the company who are providing the contents and explaining it to the newcomers. And they're still doing their normal job. But now, if we speak about results, today, after 3.5, we have onboarded 15 waves. So 15 batches. We hired 56 people. We have, say, one batch ongoing, so fine. 46 of me, so the one who already passed. We promoted 27 people with 2 managers, 1 senior developer, and just last year we managed to also deliver 16 products, which I think is pretty nice on board.
so from this concept, we finally went to reality. But what are the consequences of all these ecosystems that we built? First, we want to highlight the facts and forwards. It was super important to keep those 3 pillars in place, meaning the human aspect, the technical, and the business. In tech, we know what we are. In business, we have to enhance our skills. So that's why it was important to break the silos in a sense. And the human aspect, again, talking about this psychological safety, having this collaborative environment. So to do that, we have 4 actions to put in place. The first action.
The first section is to creating a learning path. As it is said, well, we need to focus on the tech because, of course, we are technical people. So this learning path has to put the newcomer, the new talents, in all the different aspects of the software engineer, which will bring the person like to do analyze of the request, developing it, of course, testing it, deploying it, making sure that it reach prods. Well, it can involve also some designing of a new solution, proposing, challenging, discussing with the business. But concretely, after, what it means is that we have a repartition of the tech itself on 45% backend, 35% of front, and 20% of DevOps. Behind It's a program which is provided by the different experts we have in the company to help all the newcomers reaching the good level we want. But this is just the first one.
Second action. The second action, it was to foster this culture of collaboration, I can say. So you remember I talked about breaking silos. That's what we did. We encourage a lot our new joiner to go into the business department just to chat with them. And even sometimes we created some hackathon or some surprises during the wave just to make them going out of their comfort zone. For example, we had a direct project coming from trading on which they had to deliver in 2 days an application to manage commissions. Okay, they had to do that really fast. The traders was coming to all the ceremonies, rituals like stand up, sprint planning in 24 hours. It was really fun. So just to let you know that we are really encouraging this connection between talent, okay, and even business people. They can chat together and they can make some connections. Basically, we have also a training based on the business knowledge, 6 big lessons on the financial aspect, talking about cryptocurrencies, financial trading, more classical, I can say traditional, but also forex. We have some training on banking. Banking include authentication, client management, credit card, cash management, all this stuff. Organization and process, organization to know the company, but also the processes, what it means. We want to have people being agile. So we help them to learn how to manage the risk, how to take some decision, how to just manage their daily, to choose their way of working, this kind of stuff. And innovation. Today, we are facing the AI transformation. Basically, it's an innovation that we are talking about those concerns. Okay? All in all, what we try to do is to provide to those new talents a 360 overview of what they can do. But the third action is
Actually, the third action is to make sure that we have a safe place. Because if you want to learn, you also need to fail. I'm not sure. Well, I failed many times, and I think I learned a lot from it. Actually, to support this safe place, we created 3 communities. We had the alumni communities, because everyone who went through this process stay in contact. The new ones comes to, well, the previous alumni comes to see the newcomers, and they welcome them and they answer questions. But that's not it. We are also the buddy community. Actually, the buddy is kind of mentor. It's mentor with a sign to a new talent joining. This buddy is here to answer technical, but also non-technical, just chat, taking a coffee, taking a drink, but really feeling the person integrated. And the third community is the teachers, actually, the one who actually got the knowledge and puts in place all this learning inside the company. So in the end, with those 3 pillars, well, you can fail in them, and anyway, you will know how to solve the problem. But
this leads us to the last action. So we were talking about fail fast, but learn fast, just to summarize. But now let's talk about the diversity. It was mentioned by Sierpo before during the introduction of this the conference. That's what we are also doing, embracing this diversity, because having diversity brings a lot of innovation, creativity, debate. That's what we want finally. So first, we start already during the recruitment phase, in fact. We have a kind of personalized recruitment process, meaning that we really want to understand what's the personality, what's really the the specific characters of the person that applied to be a talent. And based on that, we kind of tailor all, customize all the training path for that person. After, we are doing some really close follow-up during all this process, okay? The 3 months process. What it means that we are trying to dig, to identify what's the best aspect of the person, what this person can provide to the company that is kind of special, okay? And on the other side, we are trying to reinforce the lack or the problems that this person can face, just to be sure that if we invest on that person, it means that we want to keep her. We really want to keep. And finally, we try to foster this awareness of the business aspect, and we want also to motivate people to brainstorm. So we don't hesitate to create some special session during this wave, just to be sure that people, yes, can exchange, brainstorm, discuss, agree to disagree, this kind of stuff, in fact. All in all, the impact in terms of diversity today is around that. Okay, so before we started this Tech Talent Academy in 2021, and today we onboarded more than 14 nationalities. That it's a lot, I think, in terms of cultural background, and it's really positive. In terms of repartition, we onboarded 56 men, but 44 women. It means that we have kind of a big impact. And it means that we multiply by 3 the number of women in the software engineering. So today we reshape completely the departments. All the IT departments are so different today. And this is super important because we are close to deliver a product for everyone, really for everyone. We kind of challenging the way the financial world is done today, and we are changing also the mindset by democratizing the finance to everyone, even for women. So, as a conclusion of key takeaway, what we can say. First, create a learning path. It's super important that people feel safe and know where to find the right documentation. They know where they have to go. Everything is paved on their road.
The second one is to foster collaboration. It's important that people can speak together between the teams. In the end, it's like breaking the silos, making people together to discuss.
After, you have to create a safety place. It's not easy to do, right? But what you want is to have people developing their critical thinking, embracing this idea, brainstorming, changing, all those stuff. You want to have them moving their mind to create and to innovate.
And the fourth one is to embrace this diversity, having different person, different profile, different mindsets to bring ideas, innovation, discussions to improve the life of everyone.
All of that out of the box. So thank you.